Matt Mean here for IrishBoxingCom. Wavy Daniel, man, I'm good. I'm good. How are we?
Well, good man, good man. Just came back from a session there Friday night, finish off the week. We're all good, man. Feeling good, feeling confident, feeling fit, feeling powerful.
The last time we talked, we were kind of dabbling in a bit of a chat of a pro debut. Little did we know, a few
Yeah,
weeks after, we are finally announced official. You're signed with Sheer Sports, and Jason
yes,
Quigley,
sir.
a great lad, and a
Yeah.
great crack. Um, what's it like to finally be turned over and to finally have it announced to the people?
It feels good, man. It's been in the works now for a bit, you know. It's been a few bumps in the road, but look, we're here. We're ready to rock. We're ready to show Ireland. We're ready to show Europe. We're ready to show the world what I'm capable of doing. A few people have been witnessing it already. A few people have seen it in the past, but now it's to bring it onto the big stage, you know, the grand stage, and to be where I'm supposed to be,
Mm.
in this game.
Has it soaked in, Dan?
It's been soaking in. You know what it is, right? I've kind of experienced something similar to this because obviously I am also a musician. I've
Yeah,
had a few other different lives in the past, and
yeah,
one of them has been a musician. I played the Tree Arena before. I've played um, loads of the other different venues before, and I feel like that part of my life has prepared me for somewhat some of what I'm gonna experience here. But yeah, just like there's a different respect being regarded as a top professional heavyweight. There's a different respect that's kind of commanded from people around the community, people that know you already, and because not everybody's able to do what we do, in
yeah.
terms of boxing, and not nearly as even close to a few people are able to do it at the grand stage, which is where we're going. So it's exciting times, exciting experiences. I'm here for it all.
Like I'm just thinking about the heavyweight scene. Like, there's not really anyone in Ireland, that's like there's yourself, and then there's obviously Thomas Carty, which obviously you've sparred before, and presumably you know each other very well, and highly respected of each other, which is great. But I think that I think it's a blessing in disguise really as well, because you can get that European experience where you're suddenly tossed onto the European map, where you're getting those European rounds against those good heavyweight guys.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. I've been in the ring with Thomas now a few times. I haven't been sparring with him now in the last year or so, but in terms of sparring with him for his first Katie Taylor fight, I was his main first Katie Taylor
Yeah.
undercard in the Tree Arena where he won the Celtic title. I was his main sparring partner for that, so he was kind of like one of my first main experienced sparring professionals, and I was sparring 6 rounds with him at that time, whereas I'd only been an amateur for about a year and a half at that stage, and experiencing the different pace of the pro game, and the different styles that he was using really, really um, gave me a lot of experience, and it made me realize that this is something that I could actually do as well, because he was giving me tips and tipped me towards going pro, because I have that style, I have the grit for it, I have the raw tools that it takes in order to be able to play in this game, so that was great experience for me back then. But look, we're the only two heavyweights now, so it's time to show Ireland what I'm capable of doing now.
Like, I guess, like, have you been keeping an eye on anyone on the European scene that you'd like to start off with? That a few lads are, because obviously, obviously when the lighter divisions, that there's more people, in a domestic scene, but onto the European scene, like, is there any heavyweights that you're like, okay, I like you within the next few years, or I like you in the next few years, like picking and choosing if you are.
Yeah, 100%. Look, there's obviously the heavyweights in the European scene and on the world scene that are kind of in the twilight of their careers in the last few years and fights of their careers. The likes of the Joshuas and the Joe Joyces and the Furies and Usyks and people like that. But then there's also the likes of the upcoming lads, like the likes of your Fishers,
Yeah.
your Itamas, your you know,
Are we
Aurier
born
just
Dave
went
Allen?
pro there as well. Dave Allen also was someone who was. I wouldn't say he's in the starting stage of his career either. He's been around for a while, you know.
Yeah,
But the likes of like your Auriers that went pro just this year as well, and the likes of your Helmers, and those are the guys that I am eyeing in this heavyweight game because I'm not coming to make numbers, I'm
yeah,
coming here to get to the top,
yeah.
and the people who are around me, the people who see me fight, see me box, they know what I'm about, So it's just a matter of proving myself within good time, not rushing things, not taking things too fast, but just maturing into the brilliant world class heavyweight that I will be.
Like you were speaking there about Delicious Oi. Was it a bit of a shock when you seen a statement that he's after retiring only after one fight to go into the corporate world?
Who's that say?
Oye, Delicious Oye. He's at.
Yeah.
He basically last week he retired due to he wanted to go into the corporate world. Was that a bit of a shock when you seen that? If you have seen that?
Oh, I haven't even seen that. Is that
Yeah,
is that true?
yeah. So he retired due to he wanted to go chase a job in the corporate world. So obviously good luck to him.
Oh well, fair play. Good luck to him then.
Yeah.
I'm exactly opposite. I'm currently an engineer at the moment, so
Okay.
I'm looking to come out of the corporate world
Come
and
out of the company. Yeah.
get into the fight business and make the big time statements and make the big time money. You get me?
Mm,
That's what I'm looking to do. So fair play to him. And,
I get
that's
you.
his decision. It's obviously been well thought through, and best luck to him.
In terms of the people that you're around, you're around the likes of Jason Quigley, Packy
Yeah.
Collins, the famous Collins clan, Niall Barrett, another great trainer. Do you take good knowledge from those guys? Obviously you do, but like how impactful and how meaningful is it to get that knowledge from the likes of Niall and Steve Collins and Packy Collins and just the people really around the Celtic Warrior Gym and Unit 3?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I'm a compared to the standards of like others who've been boxing since they're 7, 8 years old. I only started boxing at the age of 21 is when I first laced up my pair of gloves, believe it or not. So as much information as I can to improve my game, I'm soaking it up from, all of these people. And most of these people who are around me, they know what they're talking about, because they've been there, they've done that. They've been in those teams where they've seen people go from the start to world class boxers and stuff like that. So obviously, every opportunity I have to soak up as much knowledge as I can, I will. Especially when there's people there like Packy and Niall and even Jay Quigley today. He was down watching me spar. They're seeing me sparring. They're seeing my style. They're seeing what I can. They're seeing my strengths and they're seeing what I can improve on and stuff like that. So I'm definitely soaking up all that knowledge because I want to be as complete of a boxer as possible. I don't just want to be someone who can just punch, who's just a big puncher, or someone who just boxes. I want to be known for doing it all. I can box on the offense. I can take a step back on the defense. I can be slick. I can be explosive. I can be fast. I can slow things down and control it with my jab. So as much information as I can in order to be able to sharpen my tools, I'm going to soak it up. And these guys who you mentioned, they know what they're talking about because
Yeah.
they've been there, they've done that. So yeah, definitely every opportunity I can, I'm taking it in. You
You
know.
were I seen a photo with you and Steve Collins, and obviously whenever Steve is there's valuable knowledge to follow. Did he say anything that really caught your ear, or I guess the whole conversation was really golden within itself, but was there any key lines that really stuck out to you?
Yeah, the biggest thing that I can remember is, of course, him giving me the coastline, him being impressed with my style and him being impressed with my tenacity and my explosiveness. He just said that, he just gave me a few tips, especially to go abroad, sparring and experience different, types of fighting and different
Yeah,
types of coaching in different gyms and stuff like that. I need to, do my due diligence and travel with boxing. I can't just stay in Ireland. I need to travel and experience and gain experience from
mm.
so many different people and different boxers and sparring and stuff like that. So that was what really really stood out to me about what he said to me.
Um, with a professional signing becomes a professional debut. Can you give any exclusive at IrishBoxing.com to any debut that you can say, or anything that Jay, if you can say it to him, that Jay you won't get in trouble for?
Yeah, yeah. No, there's obviously talks. there's a few shows that are going to be organized here in Ireland over the next few weeks, a
Yeah.
few months. So we're definitely looking to make the pro debut in Ireland
Mm.
to obviously get a big crowd over to make a statement on my debut.
Yeah.
That I can bring a crowd with me. I can show up in the big lights and I can make the fans go crazy as well. So we're definitely eyeing something in Ireland. There's nothing confirmed yet. But it's in the works at the moment, anyways. And I'll make sure I'll let you know first when it's
So,
there.
um,
Yes.
do you feel the difference on like the ounces of gloves when you're punching, Daniel? Like it compared, like obviously when you're fighting in the professionals, it's either
Mm.
eights or tens or twelves. I think it's eights for the heavyweights or tens for the heavyweights. I don't remember which one, but it's one of those two. But compared to the amateurs where it's like 14, 16s, if you get me.
Yeah. So with the pros, it's 10-ounce gloves for
Okay.
fighting, and amateurs for heavyweights is 12-ounce gloves. Um, so I haven't had any fight yet. I haven't had my first fight,
Yeah.
so I
But
don't
in
know
just
what's
punching
like.
in a 10-ounce glove, like have you felt the difference?
I felt the difference, especially when it comes to bag work and pad work. Now,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be fair to be practicing with punches on people with 10-ounce gloves. Now, I'll have no more
Taking
stamp
people
pads
out
yet.
left, right, and center, Daniel.
So we're only using the 10 ounces on pads and bag work here and there, and I'm really I, I feel a difference in speed and the power I'm able to deliver through the
Yeah.
punches, and even the style of punching from the amateurs to the heavy to the pros is a lot different. Myself and Noel have been working on punching a lot lately, since I've been down at Unitary,
Yeah.
and I can feel a difference in my power and in my deliverance. I'm punching a lot through the target now than just at it and try to score points like I was in the amateurs. So I'm excited to know and and to show what I can do with the 10-ounce gloves. And there's going to be a lot of people hitting the canvas. I can tell you that.
Not about. I know he's famous for his strength and conditioning sessions. Many people have come out saying that they nearly died. Well, not nearly died, but they were on the floor gasping for air. Has that kind of strength and conditioning helped you change from the amateur to the professionals? Obviously in a serious way now, but where like
Yeah,
it's the amateurs where it's only going for one or two runs and maybe a few things, but to the
yeah.
professionals, you need that strength and conditioning.
Yeah, definitely. So we do a lot of explosive works, and obviously we're working for boxing conditioning now. We're not doing, 10K runs or 30K. We're not training for a marathon yet.
Yeah.
So we're training to be able to have that endurance in in the rounds and work on our breathing techniques. And when it comes to in between the rounds, and just being able to maintain our conditioning throughout all the rounds that we're going to be doing. So definitely, I'm sure you can see from my page, I post a lot of my training workouts
Mm.
at Unitary up there, and you can see a lot of the time I'm nearly on my knees in between,
Those famous S&C workouts again.
the sets. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it is high intensity, but even though I haven't even had my first professional fight yet, I can already see a difference in sparring, in my endurance and my conditioning, and I'm able to be explosive all throughout all the rounds I'm doing in sparring. So it's definitely something that's great. That's been added to my training routine.
One final question, three singular words that we can expect from Daniel on his first professional fight when it is announced.
Yeah, I just expect a showman in his
Yeah.
lane, in
Okay.
his stride, in his prime. A showman. I'm going to be explosive. I'm going to be quick. You better not blink because you might miss it. You know, you
What a
might
line.
miss it.
What a line. What a line.
Exactly.
Daniel, on that note, really appreciate it. Enjoy your Friday Eve, my man. Enjoy your
Thanks so
weekend as
much,
well.
Matt.
And I'll see you in a bit, all right?
Take care.